Exactly what I was hoping to see today. Beautiful Scarlet King. What are you doing? Beautiful Scarlet Kingsnake. All right, guys, picking up where I left off, I am back in Georgia, and it's spring's in full swing. We're gonna go try to find some snakes up here, so. Nobody? I herped our first snake of the day, a little smooth earth snake here under this rock in the forest. Get a better look at him. Oh, this guy's in shed, but a little smooth earth snake. These guys are real common this time of year. They start coming out of hibernation and hanging out under rocks like this to get a lot of sun. Stay nice and warm and shed out here before they start dispersing for the warmer months. First snake of the day. Hopefully we'll see something else too. Well, the rocks are producing better than the artificial cover. Here's a little ringneck under a rock in situ. Well, if y'all didn't see enough of these in the Louisiana video, this is actually a southern ringneck, but you're gonna get plenty of these over the next couple weeks, I can guarantee it. Put him back under his rock. All right, guys, I was going through that 10. It's hard to do one person, but RATSNAKE, first one at the house this year. Good looking, out of shed, pretty snake. Certainly the first of many to come over the next couple weeks, just like the ringneck and smooth earth, but man, does it feel good to be catching snakes again with regularity without having to really, you know, think about it. Just walk out in the woods and flip 10. That's what's nice about springtime. This guy bit me though. Jerk. All right, buddy. Back to your 10 pile. Thought he was a king when I first flipped him with all that white on him. All right, got a nice big piece right here. Got a couple snakes under this last year. I haven't touched it yet this year, so let's see. Man. It's a bummer. So when we walk down here, there's this old outhouse and a vulture flew out of it. We have baby vultures. Keep an eye on these guys over the next couple weeks. For now, we're gonna back up and let Mom come back. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful, overcast, but warm mid-March day here in central Georgia. And I decided it's about time that I go out and target some of my favorite snakes, Scarlet Kingsnakes. So I'm gonna be hanging out in this kind of burned, piney, mixed hardwood forest today, hoping to see one of those or really anything else I can turn up. So saw a couple of snakes yesterday at the house. I probably will end up putting that in front of this, so you'll have just seen that. And it was significantly warmer yesterday, but today is still very nice. It's about 70 degrees and it's supposed to get up to around 75. So I'm just gonna walk around checking stump holes, flipping logs, see what I can turn up. Well, that's a first for here. Nice adult Tantilla right here. The Southeastern crown snake under this rock. I've never seen one of these here, so that's actually really cool. I'm gonna get a quick photo of him. It's drizzling on me a little bit, but these secretive little snakes feed mostly on centipedes, and one thing that's always interesting about seeing these guys is they're thought to be the main food source of the eastern coral snake, which is possibly the rarest snake in this region of Georgia. Coral snakes are pretty common down in the coastal plain, but once you get up here to northern and central Georgia, they actually are present in this area. They're just very secretive, very hard to find, and not much is known about them, but we do think that they eat these guys. So it's a good indication that this guy's here. I'm gonna put him back under his rock and keep searching. So this is like this little guy's habitat. He was under this rock here. I'm just gonna put him back. Keep looking around. So the rock pile I got the Tantilla in is right up there, and I just got my next snake of the day. Nice little black racer. A really interesting way to find one. He was actually up underneath this edge of the pine bark. I lifted it up and he was coiled right there. But kind of weird way to find one, but pretty cool. Second snake of the day, second species of the day. I'm just gonna stick this guy right back under his pine bark and keep hiking. Sun's peeking through a little bit finally. Feels really good out here. And hoping to see some snakes here soon. This habitat's kind of eh. I might move here in a second. A snake. It's either a rat snake or a racer. It is a racer. Let me get a camera shot of him in situ real quick. Cool. Snake number 3 for the day. So far, this has been the only snake that's actually been out basking. Hey, buddy. I guess I'm just gonna leave you right there if you're just gonna chill. See what else we can turn up. I see my next snake of the day. There's a copperhead hanging out right there with his head down a hole. I'm gonna get a quick picture and then I'm gonna try to get him out. So I actually see his head. It's right here. Couldn't see it at first because I thought it was down a hole, but it is right there. Pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can get a better look at this guy. You can see his tail's right there, and his head is right there under the leaves. What a good looking snake. Look at that face. There we go. That wasn't so hard. Pine straw off him. Whoa! His behavior turned around pretty fast. Alright guys, there we go. He's sitting on this log for us, but good looking copperhead. Way nicer than I thought he was going to be when I first spotted him, because all I saw was his tail and it was kind of muddy. But really nice coloration on this guy, nice pattern. I'm just going to put him right back under his log after a couple pictures, but probably plenty more of these to come over the next couple weeks. They're particularly common at this spot, so I was kind of expecting to see one, but good looking copperhead nonetheless. And if you don't know very much about copperheads, you can tell that this guy is a copperhead instead of a harmless water snake or something because of those really smooth banded, quote unquote, Hershey's Kisses down his side. That's the easiest thing to look for, is to look for those really like suave looking Hershey Kiss shaped bands. As opposed to water snakes that will have more harsh triangular bands. And obviously all snakes are variable, so the best way to be able to tell these guys apart is to just get experience with them and look at pictures, look at videos, and overall just know what a copperhead looks like. But definitely a good looking snake. I'm just going to put this guy back under his log and keep walking. There's another thing. This area has recently been burned, so a lot of the leaf litter is burned off, and I can actually see the ground a lot better than I could otherwise, and that's part of the reason I was able to see this guy if I had to bet. But there you go, buddy. Resume your basking and stay away from people. Look at this little guy. Figured it was too late in the year for these guys, but I guess not. Little Webster's salamander. Pretty cool. Only salamander I've seen so far today. All right, guys, so check this out. I pulled back this little piece of bark right here, and I saw a coil of this beauty hanging out. Exactly what I was hoping to see today. Beautiful Scarlet King. What are you doing? Beautiful Scarlet Kingsnake. My first one in the Georgia Piedmont of the year. Whew, it's always such a rush. I'm stoked. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this guy's actually fairly large for a Scarlet Kingsnake. Probably about 1 foot long. And absolutely beautiful though. Really kind of a darker snake, darker coloration than most, but I still really like the look of this guy. I've never found one here that I didn't think was beautiful. And once you get out of the coastal plain of Georgia, these snakes become increasingly harder to find. There's a lot of them at this spot. It's probably the easiest spot in the Georgia Piedmont I know of to find them, but I mean, you really have to work for them. I've been out here since 9 o'clock this morning, and this is my first one. But we've seen a lot of other cool snakes today, so it's definitely actually ended up being a really good day of herping, especially for relatively early in the season. But just what a beautiful snake. I'm stoked. So I'm going to take this beautiful little guy and stick him back in his burnt pine log. These things are so cool. Just hanging out. That's his tree right there. Check that snake out. Goodness gracious, what a snake. I will never, ever, ever get tired of these guys. And pretty beautiful habitat too. Big pine trees, recently burned, relatively open and easy to walk through. And it has these guys. All right, buddy, back behind your bark. First one of these for the day, a little ringneck under this rock. Usually see a lot of these guys here, but surprisingly, this is the first one. Well, guys, I've been at it for a while and haven't seen anything else. Got this little broadhead skink just now, which is pretty cool. But I'm probably about to head to another spot and see if I can turn up an eastern kingsnake for the day too, because this spot's being stubborn. I'm gonna put this guy back under his log. All right, I'm gonna end the day by flipping a couple things here. This thing has not been flipped in months, and just say it's looking pretty good. I gotta get all this stuff off of it though to get it up. Oh. Hi, bro. I thought there was a person walking behind me. All right, this should be interesting. I think I got as much off as is gonna come up. Big broadhead skink. All right, 10. Do me right. Or do me wrong. I hate to complain because it's been an awesome day, but I haven't seen anything since like 1 o'clock when we got that Scarlet King, and it's about 4:30 now. So this is the first time I'm flipping these pieces in the springtime too. And I think they look pretty potentially good. I'm just hoping they'll produce. Fire ants under that one. Good rodent burrows though. All right, a couple more flips. All right, last stop for the day. Pieces of tin I laid out. One is a fire anty. They've been in the sun, so this should be nice and warm. Oh, just fire ants. Goodness gracious, why are there so many ants here? Of course, the one piece I don't record has a snake under it finally. Nice gray rat. Sitting right here between the layers. I still haven't flipped those next two, so I'm gonna try to do that with him in hand and get it on camera in case there's anything else in there. Ow! Thanks, bud. Needed that. All right. One more layer. A copperhead, holy crap. Very cool. So none of my tin at this spot produces, and then this last stack has 2 snakes. Very cool. I'm gonna grab my camera. Hopefully that copperhead chills under there. If not, I'm gonna be bummed out. Here we go. 2 more snakes for the day. I washed this guy off, and he is actually a pretty nice looking copperhead. Big one too. He's a lot bigger than I initially thought he was when I saw him coiled up under there, but really nice way to end the day. 2 copperheads today, kind of surprising. I don't see a terrible lot of those this early in the year. They start becoming more common as you move into summer when they start crossing the roads, but nice thing to end the day on for sure. I'm gonna put him back in his tin stack with his rat snake buddy and probably call the day here. I think tomorrow I'm heading south to flip tin for king snakes, hopefully eastern king snakes, and I'll probably end up having to make that another video because I actually did find quite a few things today. So I will see you guys then. Alrighty, let's take you back to your tin stack, bud. Sorry I doused you in water, but I'm sure you appreciated it. Give a little bit of a drink. Okay, tin's over there, bro. There you go. You're not the smartest, are you? Oh, there he goes. He found a hole. Nice. I lied. There actually are a couple more pieces here, so I'm gonna flip these now that I have my hook. ringneck. Nice. Get out of my way, bud. Go on. Okay, don't go that way. I forgot how much was actually here. There's another stack right here. Nothing in that one though. Kind of surprising. That was one of the better looking ones here.